Do we change, or is it gonna be rinse and repeat again?
Here we go. Okay. So let me see. So Vi.
Yep.
The
Tell us the
Aphelios
future.
Nautilus.
Yep.
And then it was Ari into the Gwen.
Okay.
Then we got the... Okay, we're sticking with it.
Yep, keep going, Dagda.
Okay, so we get the... Sorry, where was I? We get the... No! It's a Zeri!
Oh
There is
my
no
god!
Ari.
Wow. Okay. And Ming on Leona. I like this a lot more. Dagda, I thought you could read the future, man. What happened?
No. We were so close. Wrong timeline.
Yeah,
but,
that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like this adaptation. Way more aggressive in the bottom lane now for RNG. Gives them a lane that they can play around towards these early dragons. I like this mid-game adaptation. Surprised to see Zika over in the Jax here. I thought he'd actually try and take the Gwen away here. Get himself on towards something comfortable.
He didn't read the script,
especially when you
Dagda.
see what Breed's been doing.
You know, he's walked into the show and he's like, all right, guys, same picks again. And IG just committing to the play, even though RNG have kind of gone off script.
So do we get the bans then towards the Gwen in the top side? Like, are they fully committing towards Zika? It looks like they are, being comfortable. So Jax taken off the board. Maybe we get a Gwen ban coming through as well. RNG will more than likely go towards still... Actually, do you go towards the mid lane? I say jungle bans, actually. Because I was going to say you probably ban mid laners, but, I mean, you need pick up your own mid laner here as well, regardless. So you're probably going to focus on junglers here more than anything else here, RNG.
Okay, I feel like you bringing up the jungle ban makes sense, right? Shun has been pretty good on the Xin Zhao so far. Going to be taken away, and Dagda another jungle as well for Shun. I was going to say something like the Viego, right? We haven't seen Viego this series, but Shun is kind of a master of delights. He doesn't go one direction. He looks at things like Lilia, Kindred. Again, the Nidalee always banned against him. I wonder what else is on the table for him with this comp.
Yeah, I will say his Diana has been exceptional as well.
That's
when RNG have a bit of a short-range composition, maybe you're thinking that Diana could be a bit of an issue for you. But again, I also think Viego, great late-game scaling, can cause major issues, especially for someone like Vi when she jumps in. If you burst her down, that's a lot of CC and a lot of damage that can very quickly set up for the Viego. So you do have options. Excuse me, sorry, here. There's RNG as to where you want to try and put that attention.
5 seconds to find out at the very least. I like the GP ban as well, I will say. Okay, Mole's Galio. That came out in the second game. But Mole as well, a lot of picks that can facilitate it if that's what IG want to do, Dagda.
See, the thing is, they're kind of going, hey, Mole, you probably want to go Ari, right? But you know that Xiaohu's Lissandra is still up and available, so you don't want to maybe take the Ari off rip. You want to try and wait and see exactly what that game plan is going to be first. RNG as well, then they can take the Ari. You know that you're getting rid of some of the things that at least Mo looks more comfortable on into the Ari. So you'll have to see exactly what the plan is going to be. LeBlanc, though, also left open. That was one of the other picks that we saw banned away a lot. So,
yeah.
I mean, very different style coming through here for RNG.
Taking it to Jax, though. Breathe is not someone who would take a still matchup. Breathe is a crazy man unleashed in the top lane. Now, every single time I cast him, he goes above and beyond. But Gragas is just beyond because of the belly Dagda, and I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, the big belly beyond is going to be the answer here for RNG in the top lane. But it is a bit unfortunate. I mean, does well into the Jax matchup, right? Makes it very hard for Jax to trade because you can hit him with the belly slam, walk away thanks to your cask as well, make sure it's all fine. That is something I would be very worried about. Okay, thank you. Because Xiaohu does not have the greatest of win rates on the Azir at the moment. He's played it 6 times and has a 33% win rate. It is not what RNG want from LeBlanc. Definitely something that they can use. It looks like Mole is going to potentially go towards that Silas in the mid lane, which I think could work out relatively well, but I don't know if you want to give that much control over towards Xiaohu with the opportunity to roam. So it looks like he will try and fight fire with fire here, going towards the Lissandra. The real question is if it's Aftershock or the Electrocute Lissandra.
True. How much do you want to get through the lane? Mole, with team fight presence so far in this series. Dag, do you remember where he's not from Beijing, is he? Where is he from? I can't remember.
I don't know. I know he's
somewhere
very north. What is it?
I don't know if he's called Dongbei Faker or something, but we'll get on to that.
That is it. That is it. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Well, look. Mole has been, at that caliber, right? The laning phase has gone well for Xiaohu, but Mole's impact so far in these fights has been pretty great so far in the series. As Dagda for IG, we do get a similar style, but different picks through the mid jungle this time.
Yeah, very very different style coming through for the bot lane, at least anyway, for RNG, with the Zeri and the Leona going to be playing more the aggressive side of this matchup. You're still seeing very pick orientated, as you highlighted, between Wei and Xiaohu for the mid jungle, but at least you've got decent poke coming through from both the Zeri and also the LeBlanc when you get towards team fights. And I think that's going to be where RNG are trying to put down a lot of their pressure in these early skirmishes. Whereas when you're looking across at IG, it's all in. It's like jumping in with Jax, jumping in with the Lissandra, CCing everyone to the live long day, looking for resets with Shun, and seeing if you can carry through the fights with On once more. Kind of a similar story to last game. It's just got a bit more late game scaling with Shun. We'll have to see now if they can try and find that success.
I think for IG, if you're telling me they just want to put their face into the enemy team, I would look at IG in a favorable way, because this series so far, when IG have been able to go in for the full 5v5s, have looked better. For a lot of fans tuning in, they might say, wait, why are IG looking favorable here against RNG, who have a clear road to the top two, who look like they could be securing worlds before any other team in the LPL due to their championship points? And the answer is that RNG today have fallen short, but IG have risen to the occasion where they need this series win in order to stay safe, in order to keep their win streak alive, in order to try that impossible run for the summer playoffs. And here in week 9 towards the end, Dagda, before our match of the week, where the Shy heads back on the Rift, we have his old team fighting up a storm.
And they need desperately, as you say, to keep that storm rolling. See if they can continue to take it against RNG. Interesting to see the Unsealed Spellbook coming through from Mole. In this matchup, we used to see the Aftershock, and then it evolved in towards things like the Electrocute, because it's like, okay, well then I can kind of trade back more effectively with the nerfs that came through to Aftershock. Now moving over towards Unsealed Spellbook with the Biscuits, it feels at least like Mole is kind of like, look, with the nerfs now to, you know, survivability in lane, definitely wants to be able to have access to Biscuits, to everything else, to make sure that he's going to be able to stay topped up in this matchup.
And we've got the area on the other side as well from Xiaohu, so poking power comes in as RNG in lane first, while Arn and Wink weren't even giving a leash, just walking down from bottom side river, dropping a ward on the way as well. So last couple of times, Dagda, this 2v2 has been pretty red hot. Let's be real. Arn and Wink have been setting up for this lane throughout as Shield of Daybreak. Nice little poke there from Ming. And I can't wait to see what comes through next, Dagda, even if we think it is going to be a quiet lane.
I think this is going to get a lot more spicy after the level 2 has been hit, where Gala Ming can get a little bit more pressure, because at the moment you're playing defensive here as Gala and Ming. But once Leona has access to the Zenith Blade, she can take a lot more agency in that lane, and it's then Wink who has to try and go on towards the back foot. So at least for the moment, we're kind of seeing IG try and abuse that. But now, already you can see Gala Ming hit level 2. They get control over this wave. They're going to start getting wards down in the enemy jungle, trying to spot out exactly what Shun's game plan is, and see if Wei can maybe have some impact while Shun is farming.
Now, Shun is pathing towards the bottom side as well, so for IG, knowing that the bottom lane dipped a little bit, probably put vision down. Shun has to play it careful. As he starts up his wolves, Wei on the other side is on red buff. And I want to spot a couple of things that we've been seeing throughout this laning phase so far. Zika is bopping Breathe here on this Gragas. And Zika's been doing well in all lanes here today, Dagda. All 3 games, Jax, every single one of them. He's been taking some of these limitless trades, as we see again.
Yeah, he's been doing very well with that, even getting nice little CS lead for himself right now. Looks like he's even going to move down and try and steal away the Scuttle Crab, because he knows, look, Wei more than likely going to be on this bottom side, at least not letting Wei get the double scuttle. Shun will spot out Wei here. No real push in bot or mid though, so it's a bit of a dangerous one for Wei.
Ming's going to be here first. I mean, Wink alongside him, but Ming is a level 3 Leona with Glacial Augment, so once locked down, you're not getting out. Zenith Blade over the wall would be ambitious, but Shun is out thanks to the miss. As Wei starts this up, Smite is available and is just going to be taken, so Wei picks up the neutral. IG's bottom lane move into River. That's a Zenith Blade, a Shield of Daybreak. You knew this was being contested. It's flashed away from the Vault Breaker, but Gala's over the wall. Wink has to burn a summoner when he really shouldn't have to.
Especially when you're not even playing. Ooh, Xiaohu, nicely done.
That was shaky.
Poor Wink, like, you don't even have to burn a summoner or a spell in that situation as well. The way you try and play that is, as the Zenith Blade comes out, you hook the Leona and you immediately walk away. Because you're running double Glacial Augment, it means that you're actually able to back away at the same speed, and Leona can never get the Shield of Daybreak thanks to the CC coming through from the Anchor Toss. So the fact that Wink kind of showing maybe he's not as familiar with this matchup as he should be, because we haven't seen a lot of Leonas in response to this, and it feels like Ming kind of going, well, you know, young Padawan, I brought you in to RNG back in the day. I will take you out of playoffs if I have to with this win.
And with this pause coming through, we get time to talk about Wink's, you know, traineeship, right? Only a split in spring. It was with the amazing J roster, the RNG roster that, honestly, in 2019, we were surprised with, right? Like, 2018 was Golden Road, 2019 started going downhill, in 2020, one of their worst years yet. For Wink coming through, he spent a lot of time in E-Star, he spent a lot of time on these bottom-tier rosters. IG came in and brought that Jackie Love flair, but now he's just a support, which is just, again, crazy to me, considering that I thought Wink had, you know, a pretty high ceiling. But as a support, I will say, Dagda, I've been pleasantly surprised, especially in this series, where his Nautilus has been on point so far.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, is as he's grown in the support role, he's definitely started to go from success to success, right? Like, obviously, sitting down the bottom of the table, not the most success in the league, but definitely the fact that he's been able to find these duo kills consistently against some of the bottom lanes that he's been up against. A lot of them coming off the back of his plays, setting them up. Finding the moments to shot call. His roaming has been relatively good as well at times. So I think this is where you're starting to see like Wink taking on that mantle more and more. And the fact that he's kind of been able to step into that role because IG needed him as a shot caller to stay in the team, but we're having so much trouble in that support role, kind of speaks volumes to how adaptable Wink has been to the needs of IG.
Giving a lot of promise towards the next year especially. IG not out of the woods yet, but still, it's looking hard to make playoffs. This win is going to be everything if they can pull it off. In the early game so far, though, as we come back from our little pause, not sure what happened there, but Zika is still up ahead in the top side. He's taken Cole as well into this lane, Dagda, so feeling pretty confident as Glacial Path almost stops Xiaohu, but he gets out in the nick of time. With a Dark Seal as well, I might add, for this LeBlanc. Once again, Xiaohu's been pulling it out all 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Dark Seal is just, you know, gold positive at the moment of the initial buy is why we're seeing so many people pick it up. It still sells for relatively high as well, so in the grand scheme of things, it's not the worst pickup to try and see, hey, if I can stack a couple of these early kills, maybe I can snowball. So you're actually seeing it on the opposite side as well for Mole, who taking a lot more damage from Xiaohu in this matchup.
Yep.
Even though you have Xiaohu with control, I want to see junglers get involved in this mid lane.
True. Flash? Wait. Zika flash on this. Not even level 6, but Zika just going all in. Under turret now, a bit of a mistake as Breathe looking for a barrel roll. He has no flash available. Almost gets punished for his crimes. As with a body slam cube, Breathe could find it, but Zika's out. Dagda too close for comfort.
But that's the thing, level 6 is going to be hit by Breathe, and the passive from Breathe means that he will heal up. So Breathe, trying to see if he can get on the hunt, but not quite able to do so. And this is actually a pretty big win for Breathe now. Yes, flash for flash, but he's going to get to crash this pretty sizable wave here, have that level advantage for himself, get a quick reset where he's not missing out on the CS, and set himself up nicely. So, bit of a mistake from Zika. Thought he could get the kill, but just a little bit short.
He's so confident because every single lane so far in this series, he's been smashing Breathe. And this time around, Breathe finally getting a bit of respite as CS is evened up, pushed into the turret, and bottom side begins. Wei in brushes arm moves back, and
wait, look,
this
mid.
is the moment for RNG.
Move mid.
Dagda, I want to say mid as well, but I guess Xiaohu's out for now, as maybe we need to look back bot because Ming with the Zenith Blade finds Arnie as a cleanse available, and the Shield of Daybreak doesn't use it. He's smashed up. In comes a flying Vi from Arcane. First blood into the second kill. Zeri gonna electrocute game 3.
All right, the observers know best apparently because they catch that one out, but now we're straight back in towards the top side. Shun in trouble.
Hello. A big man with a barrel and a wand in hand. Shun gets set backwards. He doesn't have a Heartbreaker. The smite heals him up, but even though he's rooted, Breathe is taking so long to die. Mole flashes over the wall, and RNG, that's more like it.
Mole had nothing left in the tank. No mana meant that he couldn't follow up on the play. So now 3 kills to RNG, and as you say, finally a confident start for RNG in this series.
Dude, I think we've been sitting here watching these games play out. Like, RNG had a good game one, but that is an explosive opening that has just left them with a 1,500 gold lead, with Dragons as well in this patch, the Ocean to kick it off for that passive healing. Let's look at the replay, Dagda. It's the bottom side where Wei just entered Arn's life through the front door.
And because you had no vision, no cleanse used fast enough, so you get hit by the Q from Wei before you get the flash. And then when Gala following up, they get the double kill. That's such a massive advantage for the Zeri now in this bottom lane. I mean, Zeri is going to be your mainstay, like, DPS for these fights. Gala getting off to a good start is exactly what RNG need.
And when we talked about the comps in draft, Dagda, you talked about some of the skirmishing power here as Xiaohu over the wall, going to spot himself a mole, and Mole gets locked on down. This Lissandra just keeping him in play. Xiaohu's going to get unwanted company with Shun mid. He's got the Heartbreaker, but he doesn't have the distance for now. Hard to gank this LeBlanc with Flash still available too. So right now, Mole just takes the worst trade as they continue to lane it out. But Dagda, junglers might meet in a second in the top side.
They definitely will. Wei is here, trying to see if he can make a play top side. Shun gonna follow.
Zika just leaps striked in. Vault Breaker again to come on in. The cease and desist now available. Zika just counter-striked as he's going to be dunked down. And Wei's early game great, but now the response from Shun, who gets explosive cast away. Breathe, you beautiful man. What a save.
Breathe will save Wei, and Xiaohu is playing Protect the River, so nothing can get onto his jungler. Wei gonna start up this Rift Herald as well, thanks to that play on the top side, but Zika does have TP and just up in a moment. Shun is here with Mole, who still has Frozen Tomb, so still questionable as to if RNG will get this safely.
Shun, no Heartbreaker, no Flash though, so if Mole goes in, it's going to take a while, but Blast Cone proves me wrong as there's a Glacial Path locking down jungle. Wei gets Smite though, and Mole goes to his death. RNG have a Herald to pick up as Wei tries to play for time as Xiaohu comes in, and Shun finally gets a reset, turns into the Vi, gets onto Xiaohu, but spinning to win a Zika, gets a two-man with the Solar Flare from Ming. We're fighting topside again, and the series gets even more chaotic as the Super Shock Laser helps Xiaohu secure the kill. Wei's hands go in the air out of relaxation, and IG get turned on yet again.
IG guessed wrong on Xiaohu. They committed a ton of damage over towards the clone, which meant that they were all caught out completely in the worst spot. Great roam from Ming. On will respond with some turret plates on the bot side, but watch here, because Mole goes in. The smite is perfect from Wei, where he gets the Rift out and gets the heal. But here, oh, we're not going to get a chance.
Oh, never mind. We're getting fired again. Cease and desist not available, but Arn's so deep under turret. Ultra Shock Laser does so much as Gala brings the electricity. Wink must have put something bad in the toaster as RNG looked to chase, but luckily he'll get away unscathed. 3 kills now for Gala on Zeri, and this early game is a massacre.
Well, whatever Wink put in that toaster, it's definitely leaving a bad taste in my mouth, because RNG and IG has been such a good series. Game 1, Game 2, but Game 3 rolls around and IG are collapsing 7-1. 3,000 gold already for RNG in advantage. And I mean, Zeri's flying ahead here.
Oh,
3 kills, turret plates, Rift Herald now, and the Dragon in a minute 30. They'll get bot turret and still get to reset in time for Dragon.
You can see that IG want to make a positioning play on top of the bottom lane, Dagda, but turret's about to go down, the ult misses, and under now a turret that's not there. Why did you want to take this? Gala gets yet another kill as Shun jumped into this. He has a flash, he has Heartbreaker, but Ming's over the wall, and now Wei has to buy time while Wink is getting electrocuted again. Gala has no mercy. 5-0-1 finally on a massive carry, as Shun has limited tools left available. Mole looking to help out, but Xiaohu's in the party as well. IG on the wrong side of the map, and Wei is so damn big. With the Glacial Path, a tomb as well. They just need a reset for Shun, but even that's denied. RNG have woken up Dagda, and they're grumpy.
IG will get nothing. Nothing on the bot side. Nothing in the mid-jungle skirmish, and nothing when it comes to playoffs. RNG are showing why they are looking at the top 2 spot in the LPL.
Well, finally, Dagda, because if this was as scrappy as the rest, or if this was as questionable as the rest, I think we'd be asking ourselves if that's really true. Look at the replay again, and the turret doesn't even exist.
The turret doesn't exist. Wink isn't in a position to stop the engage from Ming. Gala's getting a ton of poke off alongside Wei. IG are routed, and RNG will take it handy. Kill going to Gala, kills going towards, a double kill I suppose going towards Wei, with the bot tower going down as well off that play. That is now a 5-kill Zeri, that has already most of her Phantom Dancer completed, and a ton of frontline. So RNG, congratulations on the win.
7,000 the lead too. Second dragon picked up. And every other game where it's been back and forth in the early game, like game 1, for example, IG at least had a winning lane, Dagda. But right now, even the Jack's not going well as Wei finds himself a mole over with a glacial path, but it's denied with the cease and desist. Another fault breaker, but Wei has done his due diligence. The 3-1 and 7-5 tells him to get lost while he takes the rest of the jungle.
Look, all I'm saying is Wei's been involved in 10 kills. He could have been involved in 11. He should have just flashed over the wall. Should have just followed.
Yeah, he should have. You're right, Dagda. Let's criticize Wei. Let's criticize him a bit here. I mean,
yeah, criticize RNG. We're at 11 and 1. This is what we're doing.
This team dropping that kill was very irresponsible, obviously. As Breathe and topside, explosive cast available. Zika not winning that either. Solar Flare away from Arn, who doesn't have cleanse, and Gale forced to save him, but Gala has 1.5 items. Even with that turret shot, I wouldn't care as Xiaohu now moves in. Dredgeline from Wick is over ambitious. The lightning crash from Gala is now up and available. He almost keeps it charged as we start spreading it through the minion wave while we go to the top side to see a large man with a barrel take on a guy without his real weapon. Xiaohu, peekaboo, and Arn would be dead with the electrocute, but never mind. Glacial Path's going to be taken mid. No, we're trying to defend mid for IG, but a 3-man Ultra Shock laser. It begins again. Xiaohu going to sacrifice his life, which means Shun. It turns into a LeBlanc, but he gets Vault Breaker. IG lucky to be alive, and Shun's clone comes out. RNG surprisingly not getting a kill.
They get the tower though, they get presence on top side, and they'll get the reset now to move up towards this Rift Tower as well. Having this mid tower down alongside bot would give them so much control over the map. Like, you can already see how much vision is laid out beautifully in that line, basically cutting IG off from the rest of the map. And this all starts with Xiaohu getting a ton of damage off onto On. We talked about the poke RNG would have, and unfortunately, they just tried to commit that bit too far. Mo gets a great Ring of Frost that denies Xiaohu, which then sets up for an almost turnaround. But yeah, Shun takes a lot of poke damage on the way out as he takes the body of Xiaohu.
With how poo-poo the early game was, Dagda, I think you take that as a great win for IG. When everything is falling around you, getting a kill onto Xiaohu, getting some gold back on your team. Gonna spot out as Zika comes over, but it's a 5-man. Zen's played in anyway as RNG play the poke game. Breeze here, explosive cast, only hit Zika. As Xiaohu now with an angle, but they're gonna turn on him, but Solar Flare is quick to the trigger. We're getting a 5v5 at 15 minutes into the game. That's why I love this region, as Gala set up for a triple. Now for the quadra, Gala is set up for another pentakill.
The Penta Prince!
As he chased it down, Dagda, you know it, you've said it. Gala on Zeri has a bit of a timer. Shun not going to give it over as RNG have mobility, but they need to kill Shun. Gala's Penta will not be given with the lightning crash down the turret dive. The flash away, Gala's take it up. He doesn't have it yet in the palm of his hands, and the rest of the members are up and available. Xiaohu has to take it, and Gala not getting a Penta. Oh, boo-hoo, you've got like 20.
He actually hasn't. He's gotten more pentakills this split than he had in the rest of his career.
Okay.
Like, that's how many he's gotten this split. Even getting one denied already at MSI. So his penta numbers, you know, he needs all the pentas he can get. We need to get Gala at the top of the leaderboard, but it's a great engage from RNG. Zika immediately taken out of the equation. There, I think Breathe was trying to predict the flashes that were going to come through from IG, but no one even does it. And that's what happens is RNG go, oh, well, if you're not going to try and get away from this, we're just going to instantly kill you. The Quadra picked up for Gala. There will be no Penta. Shun will run away. But still, it's not even 18 minutes into the game. 9 kills Zeri. nearly at an infinity edge. Like, oh, what do you do?
Nothing. You sit back and you just watch this game fall down. 11,000 gold, by the way, at 17. 35 seconds till the dragon that is yours and will be yours for the rest of this game. And RNG have to throw everything out the window to lose this one. And Dagda, I was going to say, you know what was refreshing about that last play? Zeri not getting a penta. I think that's more Pog than Zera getting a penta these days. It's, yeah, that's damage, all right. That Ultra Shock laser will one-shot with the Infinity Edge, or at least get close to a 2. As Gala moves up and again tries to press W on, not that direction this time. He's going to heal up anyway, so safety in numbers are eye check. But Dagda.
It's funny because Gala's literally playing whack-a-mole now.
Yeah, true.
As Dragon going to be started up. No contest. Not need to be pointed out here as IG would just try and get some control in their own jungle for the Baron that's about to spawn. But again, a poke composition like RNG have that's ahead is just nasty to try and play against.
IG trying to make a play, nevertheless. Wink moving up to the top side, but Breeze also coming through, and as they try and all in on top of Xiaohu, Zika and Wink are going to get more than they bargained for. Breeze is still tanking enough. He has a Night Harvester here, so Shun doesn't do enough damage at this point as Breeze still backs away. Xiaohu's taking a beating as Mole comes in, but hang on a minute, Mole. As he gets Zenith Blade, buys time with the Frozen Prison. The stopwatch to do the same. He's alive for now, but RNG with a multi-man Solar Flare in the choke. Breeze still alive, the Ultra Shock laser, and here's Papa Bear. All right, Zeri, all right, we get it. You like electricity. Everybody's dead, so you can cut the shenanigans.
Well, I don't even know if she wants to. Because at this stage, she's got the IE. She's only just come back from base. She's added 2 more kills to the roster. Like, Zeri is all we got to talk about in this game. Because Gala is having a field day. After what has been a rough game on the Senna, Gala proving that he never wants to touch a support champion again.
Yeah, good stuff. Like Senna game 2, Zeri game 3. This is what we came for, and RNG are going to show us again how they can buy a lot of time, Dagda.
Yeah, you can see that Breeze, like, the tankiness that comes through from the sustain on an AP Gragas is kind of insane. Mole ends up going into stasis with the ultimate, then has the stopwatch, keeps him alive a little bit, but, I mean, RNG are all over the place here, and especially as you get Gala coming in here, look at the damage of that zap.
Oh, that's
Jesus. I mean, you were talking about a potentially one-shotting, and I didn't expect that to actually be the case.
True. I mean, at this point, just build full damage, Gala. Bring it on, buddy.
Yeah.
You have nothing to fear, and look, it's a 14,000 gold lead, and inner turrets are still available. That's how crazy this game has been, and I love that even though IG can't seem to get a kill, RNG have kept with the theme of this series. When we have had so far, ladies and gentlemen, over 100 kills within a BO3, we're not stopping anytime soon. Good dodge away from Gala, but guess what? He can go over walls. Solar Flare and Dredge Line combine as an explosive cast from Breeze, keeps him towards the fight. Barrel roll not connecting. Doesn't mean that IG going to die as that TP. Hang on a minute, Zika. Hang on a minute. Do you want to be here? I think, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, you will know the answer. Xiaohu to pop him, getting close as Wink saves his life, but now because of that, Zika, Wink's death is on your head. Forward over for Breeze. Mole and Zika caught by Ming on the backside. A Zenith Blade, another kill, a Gala moment. RNG are making this look like bullying from a schoolyard. 5 kids ganging around, and RNG are not letting them say a word before smacking them in the head.
You have 26 kills at 21 minutes. Like, this is domination from RNG. They're still keeping this game bloody. Like, don't get me wrong, we've had a very bloody series. It's just much more one-sided than Game 1 and Game 2 have been.
Okay, just gather in the Herald, that's fine. What can Wink do? What can Wink
charge?
do? Are they gonna... Well, at this point, IG, no dancing Herald Dagda. And it's so funny, because IG just stood there, they looked, they were dead, but they know this is over, and with it as well, let's be real, IG, that miracle run to playoffs. It's feeling like that is doomed now as well. RNG getting them so close to the finish line, but not close enough, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, for IG, the dream was nearly there, but they haven't imploded. They've gone full supernova, like 26-3. Zika going way too deep. IG, I mean, the fact that RNG get to run this Rift Out through 3 different turrets, including 1 Nexus turret, says a lot about how well this game is going for IG. Dragon, up in a minute's time. You can see him in the bottom left corner of your screen. Again, Soul, Hextech Soul for Gala. 13 kills at GA.
Yeah.
He's nearly full build at 23 minutes. Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ, this guy's going to hurt.
It's like a solo queue game. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Gala just pressed ulti, and Arn will gale force away, but Gala can do it by himself at this point. The GA, as you said, gives him confidence, and RNG fighting for the top right now. A Hex Gate out to get the Dragon, to get the Soul, and to put the nail in the final piece of the coffin that is Invictus Gaming. Dagda, we got a full 3-game series out of it. It was hyped up, but Game 3 has looked as most of the audience will expect.
The thing is, though, I believe with the 1-game loss...
Are you going to get time, do you reckon? What do you reckon, Dagda? Dagda, you know what's coming through, don't you? You know what's coming through. Ming has Solar Flare, and all he has to do is press the R button. The Ultra Shock laser not connecting, but it doesn't matter. There's only one Nexus turret remaining. The biggest stomp of the split, or at least close to, is Dredge Line on the tank. That is a no bueno from Wink as Ignite gets dropped on down, and IG's final defense is an Ultra Shock laser to the face. Look at their health. This is the biggest stomp I've seen in the past couple of weeks, with a great Solar Flare, with another Ultra Shock laser. Gala cleaning up house.
Wait!
They just wanted to keep on going. It's great, Dagda, but you know what? It's not enough. 24 minutes and RNG affirmative on the solo king carry business.
I mean, 3 kills were a go over towards the Aphelios at the end, but it doesn't matter. RNG will still manage to close this one out. Gala adding a field day to his KDA score after that one as well. But with that, RNG will take the series 2-1, which actually makes it very interesting for these last couple of games for RNG and JDG. Because I was just looking there, RNG will now go to plus 14 game score. JDG is on plus 16 game score. JDG does not have the head-to-head against RNG. So if JDG win their series against anyone's Legend 2-0, RNG have to win their next 2 series 2-0 if they want to take that second place spot. If JDG drops a game, it gets a little bit easier for RNG. But that battle for second, potentially second, is heating up drastically between RNG and JDG.
In what was just an insane couple of games, 3 games in total, 120 kills or something more than that. It was just a bloodbath and a half, and it came from RNG, who aren't known as these real aggressive, brutal laners. But as you said, Dagda kills at 15, got a high score. IG bringing the same kind of feel, and our mid-game teamfights in both games, you know, game 1 and 2, because game 3 was a wash, was huge. So I know we didn't get the same vibe we got from the first couple of games with people tuning in, but I will say we got a series that should have had no business delivering. That did deliver quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that game 1 and game 2 delivered in the manner that it did is honestly enough for me. I think IG did themselves proud. Like, I know game 3 obviously fell apart, but the fact that they were able to take it so much against RNG, I think says a lot about this team, that they have managed to kind of claw themselves into a position where, hey, if we're looking towards the next split, maybe they can do it. I think the only downside for me is that we said the exact same thing about them spring, right? We said that, hey, look, this was a team that with Zika coming in, might have been able to do it. And then it starts to look a little bit funky. So it feels like we're always kind of left wanting with IG, but it felt like at least game 1 and game 2, they delivered and did themselves justice.
Yeah, the game 2 is a nice way to go out, right? We have to wait and see if FPX can beat Weibo, but at the very least, IG showing us what could be in the cards for 2023. It's not their swan song, but it's definitely on the borderline, right? 10 wins, to me, is a death sentence. Being only able to get 6 wins in the LPL, 7 in a rare occasion, like 2 splits, I think Dagda has picked up the last playoff spot. But 6, never. 6 has never been a comfortable number, and that's all IG can get now. And FPX have to lose both games, both series, sorry. BLG have to lose against WE, of course, to make so they can only hit 6-2. But then it's like game difference. So I don't know what people want to expect from IG at this point. A 99% chance they are not making it into playoffs because of today's loss. So got to hit it. It hits pretty deep.
It really does. And it's so unfortunate as well when you look at how, I mean, the miracle run could have been there. Mole coming in, making their mid jungle so much stronger. You kind of wonder if this had been a bit of an earlier addition, what could have been for this team. But I guess we will never actually be able to find out now. As not being able to take down RNG, it was always going to be a tall order. But unfortunately now, IG will see themselves out. Especially if, like, the actual thing it relies on is if FBX beat Weibo later. But even then, I just don't see like TT losing the remainder of their games and FPX losing the remainder of the games, BLG losing the remainder of the games to try and give them that opportunity to stay in. Yeah,
because even if everyone stays at 6, like the game difference hurts so much. I know we're selling the point to death. IG are going to be out, guys. Let's be real. I was an IG lover in the past, but I'll tell you one thing as an X fan, this team ain't what it used to be, and giving us a good show in one of the games of the series, but Game 3 was all about RNG, and Gala's damage, yeah, what a surprise. Let's be real, probably MVP here, Dagda. Probably going to be Gala MVP. All way, right?
Watch Ming steal it now.
Oh, true. That's fair, though. Dude, 2021, it was spring finals, and then at MSI, and RNG, Ming was doing so much, they're like, oh, Gala again. I think it was summer, too. Summer in 2021. But